Rango is the educational information sharing web application created by the Flying Circus. Rango is a social media link aggregation website with a focus on sharing education resources regarding a wide variety of subjects, aiming to help both novices and professionals develop and share their programming and computer science knowledge. For this presentation, we will be looking at Rango from the perspective of Moan. Moan is a graduate who wishes to learn more regarding both programming and computers in general. However, he has few resources available to him locally and is concerned about his privacy and data sharing when online. Moan wants to begin using Rango, so attempts to register an account. However, Moan is skeptical if they can keep his details safe, so checks to see if they have a third-party login option. Once logged in, Moan wants to see if there is a category for the new programming language he is learning, C++, so he navigates to the search page. Once on the search page, he types in the language name. Once on the category, he can see a list of resources for him to start using, so he likes the category, meaning he can keep track of it for the future. He also leaves a comment saying how excited he is to start using C++. He notices Willem likes C++ too, so wants to add him as a friend. Now Moan is ready to start learning C++ through Rango. Early into the development cycle, we evaluated the features we had devised according to the needs of the user personas and the Moscow method, dividing them into the respective groups as we saw fit. Those features we put into the could have category were those we thought could be interesting and make for a more engaging and effective educational tool. However, they ultimately could not be completed within the allotted development timeframe. If this project were to have future iterations, some of the things we would consider are as follows. Improving social media capabilities of the web application, promoting user interaction and learning from others. Amongst other things, this would include user messaging and the ability to create and join user groups. There should also be the ability to moderate categories, allowing curation of what pages can be displayed. And finally, to improve the search function and allow for an even higher level of interaction between users. For this, we would consider adding filters and allowing users to like comments. The main challenge for this project was the imposed time constraint. Although our team had formed early in the cycle, the development of the final web application started at the beginning of the second week. This short sprint duration meant that the presented product's scope had to be accommodated accordingly. This was further limited as the web application development was completely new for the majority of the team. Additionally, this raised some technical issues when working with certain software, such as Git, the command line interface, amongst others. Finally, there was some difficulty in finding appropriate documentation for third-party services which we wanted to include in the final product. This impacted some functionality which we had planned to include and restricted our ability to deviate too far from the basic bootstrap appearance of the web application. During the development of the application, the team developed a greater knowledge of how relationships between models work within the Django ORM. This influenced the decision to change how the like would interface between itself and the categories it was associated with, opting for a many-to-many field rather than the foreign key field as initially proposed, as this would allow less redundant data within the database. The changes are reflected in the compressed chain notation ERD seen currently. Likewise, the changes reflected within these attributes. The proposed system architecture is not changed from the original design specification, with it working as intended, having incorporated the Google Login API within Django. The site URLs have remained the same also, with there being no changes to those initially proposed. However, 2 additional URLs were added to the application, this being the user's liked categories, displaying the liked categories of a user profile, and a get endpoint for checking if a username already exists within the application. Technologies used within the application include Django, Python, HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, jQuery, Ajax, the Google Login API, and Bootstrap 5. The decision to use this framework was based upon it helping the rapid process of building a reactive web application that works on a variety of different user clients. Throughout the development process, pair programming was used where possible so team members could share the knowledge they had learned. However, lack of experience and unfamiliarity with certain key concepts informed what pieces of work or features could be completed by each team member during the development process. With additional time, it is hoped that more could have been done to facilitate learning regarding aspects of the application development and having hands-on experience developing them, equally sharing the workload. Regardless, the sharing of workload did not impact team morale. Thank you for watching our presentation, and we hope to see you on Rango soon.